Hey folks, Gary Bergstrom here. I wanted to make this short video to show you how to access the class, and then once you access it, to walk you through where everything is and how everything works. So to start, you go to the home page of College of the Desert and you come over here to where it says My COD, and you click on this link that says Blackboard. That opens up a page where you have two choices. You can either log in for the first time, and it gives you pretty easy to follow instructions on how to do that. And once you get yourself logged in, from that point forward you go to this button and you click on that, and it opens up the login page. And once you log in, it will take you to a menu where you can choose several different things, but one of the things you can choose is Blackboard. And when you click on Blackboard, it will list every class that you're taking at COD, and you want to click on, of course, the reading class, and it will take you to here, the home page of my class. And then when you get there, you notice over here on the left side you've got these buttons. This is your menu area, and you start off with announcements. You've got a welcome message that tells you kind of a little list of what you need to do immediately. This second announcement is really important. This is the how to not get dropped announcement, and what you really want to do is this part right here where it says Professor Bergstrom, my name is. You want to copy that and send it to me via COD email, my COD email. Lots of announcements, lots of things to read. This is the challenging thing about an online class, is that you have to do much more reading than you normally would in a regular class, because in a regular class the teacher will tell you. In an online class you have to read it on your own. But you want to stay on it. It doesn't take that long, especially if you just split it up into a daily schedule. You can get through it pretty easily. Your next button, Course Information, tells you everything that you ever wanted to know about this course. Now, I make it clear that I always welcome students to email me and ask me questions, but I want to assure you that probably every question you will ever have can be found in this section called Course Information. You've got your syllabus, you've got your required materials, which lists your books, tells you where to find your assignments. I'm not going to read through the whole thing with you. It tells you about the tests, how often you take tests, tells you about the different books, tells you the grading policies, all kinds of stuff, how to conduct yourself, not only in a live class but in an online class. Then you've got another section that says Tips and Suggestions. This will give you a lot of good information on how to do online classes, especially how to work with Blackboard. Blackboard can be tricky, and if you don't do it the way it wants you to do it, it will not work correctly. So you really want to read this section. And then down at the bottom you've got course policies with all your rules, your do's, your don'ts, your penalties, your rewards, information about tests and then how they're timed, and if you go over time there's penalties, all kinds of stuff. So you really want to read through this section carefully, and I recommend that you print it out and keep it next to your computer so you can refer to it anytime you need to. Next button you've got is Contacts. That's pretty self-explanatory. There I am. Next button is Schedule. This is important. Notice all lessons in the class are open from day one, so you can go as fast as you want through this class. I have students that are completely done with everything except the final by midterm. You don't have to wait. But notice there are due dates, and after the first 3 lessons, which are due, as you can see right here, there's a lesson due every week. And very important, if you miss the deadline, which is always at 7 a.m., if you miss that deadline, you're late, and I don't accept late work. So you really want to stay on top of that. Down here it tells you when the final is. All that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so you notice up here you've got to start lesson 1. Well, where do you find lesson 1? Well, that's the next button, Assignments. You open up Assignments and you've got all the different lessons, lesson 1, lesson 2. I give lots of information at the beginning of the class because I know there's so much to learn, and I repeat myself in different places because I know that you read it one time and you forget, so I'll repeat it again somewhere else. I do that a lot at the beginning. After about 4 weeks, though, I stop bombarding you with information. But this is not the actual lesson. This is just actual information about the lesson and about the class. To get to the lesson, you want to click on Lesson 1, and here's the lesson. I strongly recommend that you print out the lesson because it's much easier to read from a printed page than it is to read off the screen. Plus, you can write all over the paper and take notes. It tells you what to do, where to go, what to read, when to read it, where the tests are. And speaking of tests, they're always at the bottom of the lesson. You'll find your links to the tests. Here's the link to the review test. Here's a link to the master test. I also tell you how much time you have to take each test. For the review tests, you always have just 5 minutes. People say, well, that's not very much time. Well, actually it is, because I tell you what the test is before you actually click on this link, so you can take it in your book and have plenty of time. You could take 4 hours to do the test, and then once you open this link, all you do is just enter your answers in, which you've already done. Mastery test, though, this is not in your book. You have to actually click this and take this online. The good news is all tests in the class are multiple choice. The very last thing that you have down at the bottom, a video for Chapter 1. These are videos that I make for each chapter that explain the concepts of the chapter, what to do, how to do it. It's similar to what you have in the printed lesson up here, but I actually give you demonstrations of what to do and how to do it, and many students find the videos very helpful. So there you go with that. My grades. Self-explanatory. It doesn't actually tell you what your grade is, A, B, C, D, F. What it does is tell you for each assignment the number of points available, and once you do it, it'll tell you how many points you got. So to figure out your grade, what you do is you divide the smaller number by the bigger number. You divide how many points you got by how many points were available. And what you could do is, at any time in the class, just add up all the points available up to that point. Like, let's say you're down to here. You add up 40 plus 40 plus 10 plus 25, etc. And then you add up all of your points, and again, you divide the smaller number by the bigger number, and that will give you a percentage. If it's a 65%, you got a D. If it's an 85%, you have a B. And the last 3 tabs are pretty self-explanatory. I'll let you read those on your own. Hey folks, have a wonderful semester.